If I tell you that you can book a luxury hotel room worth 1000 euros per night for just 1 cent, would you believe me? Welcome back to Decode the Hacks. Today, we are breaking down one of the most sophisticated hotel booking exploit ever detected. In February 2026, Spanish National Police arrested a 20-year-old who managed to book luxury hotel rooms worth 1000 euros per night for just 1 cent. This wasn't a pricing error or a coupon hack. This was a carefully engineered payment validation manipulation that fooled an entire booking system. Let's decode how this hacker managed to do it. Our suspect, a 20-year-old Spanish national operating in Madrid. His target, luxury hotel bookings through an unnamed online travel agency. His method, payment validation system manipulation, paying exactly 1 cent per transaction while the system showed full payment authorization. What makes this particularly significant is that Spanish National Police confirm this is the first ever detected crime using this specific technique. The suspect wasn't hiding either. He used his real identity for all reservations, which becomes important later in our timeline. But first, let's talk about some numbers. One Madrid luxury hotel alone suffered over 20,000 euros in confirmed losses. We are talking about rooms that cost up to 1000 euros per night. These are high-end luxury accommodations with premium services. At the time of his arrest, the suspect was staying in a 4-night reservation with a list price of 4000 euros. But the financial damage didn't stop at room charges. Police reports indicate he also consumed minibar items and frequently left those bills unpaid, adding insult to the injury. The hotel management had no idea they were being defrauded until days after each checkout, when settlement reports revealed the true payment amounts. To understand the exploit, we need to understand how hotel payment systems normally work. When a guest books through an online travel agency, here's the standard flow. The guest initiates payment on the booking site. That request goes through a payment gateway or processor, which communicates with the credit card network and issuing bank. After authorization, the system performs validation checks. Eventually, settlement occurs, meaning actual funds get transferred. And finally, the hotel's property management system receives confirmation and the front desk sees a paid status. This multi-stage process has built-in checkpoints designed to prevent fraud. But as we'll see, there's a critical vulnerability in the gap between validation and settlement. Here's where it gets technical. The attacker specifically targeted the payment validation pathway. According to police statements, this was a deliberate cyber attack designed to alter the payment validation system. And here's what happened. The front desk reception saw paid status. Everything appeared normal in their system. The booking platform's interface showed successful authorization. But the actual charge being transmitted through the settlement process was just 1 cent. The critical vulnerability exploited here is the trust relationship between the displayed validation status and the actual settlement amount. Most hotel systems rely on the booking platform's validation response. If that response says authorized and validated for 1000 euros, the hotel PMS accepts it without independently verifying the settlement amount. The attacker found a way to manipulate this validation message while keeping the real transaction at 1 cent. This is why initial bookings appeared completely legitimate. Now let's break down the technical distinction that made this exploit possible. Authorization is the first stage. It's temporary and reversible. Think of it like putting a hold on a credit card. The system checks, does this card exist? And are there sufficient funds or credit available? Authorization happens in real time at booking. But settlement is completely different. Settlement is when actual funds transfer from the customer's account to the merchant. This typically happens days later through batch processing. Here's the timeline in this particular case. On booking day, the system performed authorization checks, probably for the full amount. The validation system confirmed approved, but days later, when the payment processor ran settlement and actually transferred the funds, only 1 cent moved to the hotel's account. The hotel reception relied on the authorization and validation status displayed in their PMS. The real financial loss only surfaced when the payment platforms settled accounts and transferred the actual amount. This delay is what allowed the suspect to check in, enjoy multiple nights, and even check out before anyone realized only a penny had been paid. Let's walk through the detection timeline. Early February 2026, the online travel agency's anomaly detection system flagged suspicious activity. At first glance, all transactions appeared normal. Proper authorization codes validated payment status. But something triggered their fraud detection algorithms. Days later, the payment platform performed settlement processing and transferred actual amounts to hotel accounts. That's when the discrepancy surfaced. Settlement report showed 1 cent transaction for €1,000 reservations. The hotel immediately reported the fraud. Spanish National Police launched their investigation and remarkably solved the case in just 4 days. February 18th, 26, arrests were made. Officers detained the suspect while he was actively staying at the Madrid hotel. The speed of this investigation is impressive and likely due to one critical mistake the suspect made. And here's that critical mistake. Despite executing a technically sophisticated cyber attack, the suspect used his real identity on all reservations. This made him incredibly easy to track. Police located him at the luxury Madrid hotel during his 4-night stay. The same €4,000 reservation he had manipulated down to 4 cents. According to sources, this wasn't his first arrest. He had previously been detained in the Canary Islands for similar luxury hotel stays, suggesting this may have been an escalating pattern of behavior. The suspect now faces multiple charges, including computer fraud, hacking, and theft for services. This case exposes 4 critical security implications. First, validation settlement mismatch vulnerability. Many systems assume that if payment validation succeeds, settlement will match. This assumption is now proven exploitable. Second, third-party platform trust boundaries. Hotels often completely trust booking platforms' payment confirmations without independent verification. Third, to property management system synchronization integrity. The data flow between booking platform and the hotel systems needs cryptographic verification, not just API responses. And fourth, delayed settlement detection creates exposure windows. The days-long gap between authorization and settlement gives fraudsters an optional window to exploit services before any detections. Every hotel using third-party booking platforms need to assess their exposure to these risks immediately. So, the most important question, how do we prevent this kind of attack? Here are 6 technical measures every booking platform and hotel should implement. Number 1, server-side payment confirmation. Don't rely on client-side validation responses. Require webhook callbacks from payment processors before marking reservation as paid. Number 2, daily reconciliation with automated flagging. Reconcile authorization amounts against actual settlement amounts every single day. Auto flag micropayments like 1 cent. They should never happen for hotel bookings. Number 3, pre-authorization holds for high-value stays. Require actual holds on cards, not just authorization checks. Number 4, strong customer authentication and 3D secure. Where applicable under PSD2 regulations, enforce SCA for all transactions. Number 5. Immutable audit logging with PMS exception handling. Every payment state change should be cryptographically logged. And last but not the least, number 6. Anomaly monitoring on payment callbacks. Use machine learning to detect unusual patterns in payment gateway responses. These measures create a defense in depth. This case represents a new frontier in payment fraud, exploiting the trust relationship between booking platforms, payment processors, and hotel management systems. The hospitality industry must adapt quickly. And for the latest cybersecurity analysis and hacking breakdowns, you have to subscribe to Decode the Hacks. Hit that notification bell icon so you never miss when fraud techniques evolve. Until next time, stay informed, verify your payments, and protect your guests. This has been Decode the Hacks. Thank you.